What's going on, everybody? This Afro think tank. Black man deletes would-be carjacker when carjacker tries to steal his car with his family in it. He deleted him with his legally owned firearm. Now let me emphasize this. With his legally owned firearm. And I gotta give props to this man, because he was able to do that. His whole family was in his car, kids. It was a lot of kids. You'll see the video. It was a lot. And he managed to put this big fella down, right? Because this dude just straight like, I'm taking your car. Didn't matter if it was people in the car, right? You gotta get ready. You gotta stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. This dude was ready, all right? And things like this happen like that. That's why it's important to be trained. If you want to be a responsible gun owner, you should really go to the range and find an instructor to teach you the proper way to fire a firearm. Because you think it's simple as pointing and shooting. But you got to understand the mechanics of shooting a firearm, right? All right, can make it so if you don't have training, what you think you're doing, you're not actually doing. You could swear up and down that you're aiming at your intended target. But by the time you pull that trigger, right, you would be aiming to the left, way off to the left, and hit somebody that wasn't even in your view, or way off to the right, hit somebody that wasn't even in your view, or past them and hit somebody behind them. Because you got to remember, when you fire a weapon, when you fire a firearm, that bullet doesn't always stop at the intended target. Even if you hit the intended target, you have to think in a micro nanosecond, sometimes even shorter period of time than that. You got to make a decision on if you're going to shoot, how you're going to shoot, and all that has to happen in a nanosecond. And what you can't be thinking about is this legal? Am I doing this legal? Is all the particulars? You can't be thinking about the particulars. You need to be trained, right? So when the fight or flight response happens, you automatically do what you got to do. This man did what he had to do, and he was able to fire his weapon in such close proximity. Like, this was like some close proximity, like this is how it's going to happen. Close proximity. You got to know when you pointing that to protect your family, that your family is nowhere near you. Because he could have, if he was untrained, if he was not ready, he could have accidentally killed any member of his family in this altercation on accident. Because most of the times it's an accident. All right? Shooting a weapon to stop your intended target is not as simple as pointing and shooting. Because the thing is, when your adrenaline's pumping and you pull that trigger, you may pull it too hard. And I guarantee you're going to pull it too hard. And when you pull it too hard, that barrel, right, that barrel will veer off. If you pull too hard, it's going to veer off like that. So you trying to shoot this person, but you shot that person. That's why a lot of innocent people get shot. That's why you look at all these videos, you see all these non-trained young men who want to be gangsters, right? They get their gun, and they're like, oh, they're doing all this shit, right? Listen, you ain't hitting shit. You doing all that? You doing all this shit? All that shit? You ain't doing nothing but sending random death down random directions. That's all you doing. You're not being effective at all as the professional you're trying to be. That's why you should get trained. Know how to use that thing, because if you know how to use that tool effectively, you be a dangerous mofo. And that'll be the difference between you and your foe. Because while your foe's doing all of this, you like, shot. And I'm telling you, you can get good at it. All you gotta do is practice. It's all called repetition. And I'm telling you, I can just tell by, when you watch the video, you're gonna be able to tell that this guy clearly has some level of actual training, because he did everything right. And because he did everything right, and because he had a legal firearm, he will not suffer any consequences for protecting his family, even though the guy died. And the guy was big too. Like, he was like, I'm gonna take this shit. And had he not had that gun, that dude was big enough, he probably would have took that shit. It would have been bad, because there was people in the car, maybe somebody would have got hit. It was terrible, all right? But he did what he had to do because he was ready. And clearly he was some level of training involved, because no one else but the one intended target got taken down. All right, so I encourage all my black brothers, go get trained. Stop trying to look like a gangster. Stop letting the Jewish media curate how to use a weapon. Stop learning from the Jewish media who will portray black people as people who hold the gun like this. Do you know why? No, nobody does that. I've never even seen, like, nobody does this. When you hold a gun like this, like as they portray black people always going like this sideways and shit, that's because you see motherfuckers shooting because they scared. They scared. They don't know. They're just afraid, and they're like, I'm getting shot at. I'm going to shoot some rounds, and I'm just going to just spray. They're spraying and praying. This is called spraying and praying, all right? You ain't hitting shit. Let me tell you, if you hold the gun like this, you not even close to pointing at what you trying to hit. You ain't hitting shit, all right? You need to turn that motherfucker like that, and you need to, like I'm telling you. I mean, if you want me to teach you, I can teach you, all right? All right, just hit me in my DM. You know, we go down, go to the range. I'll show you how to do it. All right, if y'all around here, y'all got some money, email me. I'll take you to the range. I'll show you how to do it. All right, I'm just saying, I could be my little sidekick. All right, I'm not certified, but I'm certified. You know what I mean? I get tracked. But anyway, that man did what he had to do. Black men, please stay ready. Black women, please get ready. Black women, especially, go get yourself a license. Depending on which state you're. I know some places, you know, find out what the laws are. Make sure you operate within the purview of the law. It's very important. Operate within the purview of the law. Go get trained. There's plenty of African-American military, ex-military, and firearms instructors that will teach you on the side. They'll take you to the range, pay a couple hundred. Ain't gonna cost that much, and it'll be worth. I promise you, it'll be worth it. You be ready. If you get ready with your tool, I promise you, every time you step out that house, you be like, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, right? Ain't nothing like being trained and ready. All right. Anyway, you guys say what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
66 and Dairy Road. Police say the man had tried to steal several vehicles by force before trying this one. He was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead. Fox 4's David Sintendry has more from the investigation. David.
Well, a majority of family members were inside that vehicle as the carjacker tried to take off with it. The father of that family shot and killed the suspect, and it was all captured on video.
You could definitely tell that he was not in his right state of mind.
Surveillance video shows a man attacking and trying to carjack a family of 8 in Garland Sunday afternoon before the father shoots and kills him.
I'm just glad that the man was able to protect himself and his family.
Tatiana Starks manages Garland Smoke and Vape in a shopping center near Highway 66 and Dairy Road.
We heard a loud crash.
Garland Police Department says the carjacker initially crashed into 2 other vehicles.
While we were responding to the scene, we received more information that the driver of that car had exited and immediately began physically trying to get into other vehicles in that parking lot.
Starks says she saw the man breaking into several vehicles at a gas station, so she took cell phone footage.
He tried to get in several different cars.
She stopped recording as the man began walking across the street toward her.
Did he make direct eye contact with you?
Yes, he was walking very intentionally.
The family of 8 unaware of what was happening and what was about to happen.
He ended up going into their car.
Video shows the carjacker in the peach shirt confronting the father in the white shirt. The father struggles with the suspect, who's trying to drive off with the family's car, with family members inside, including a baby. After nearly a minute of struggle, the carjacker, who's in the driver's seat, is shot by the father, who's outside the car near the passenger side door.
It seemed to be self-defense.
Police do not expect to file charges against the father.
It kind of all really happened really fast.
Starks, a witness to everything, just grateful we're talking about a story in which no victims were hurt.
It's just a blessing that the kids and the family walked away with no injuries.
So Garland Police Department is still working to identify that suspect who was shot and killed. So at this point in time, we don't know what sort of background this individual has, if there are any warrants out for his arrest, or if there's anything specific that he was trying to get away from after that initial crash. Heather and Steve.
All right, so David, do we know if that carjacker was armed?
Well, police say they did not recover any weapons on scene from that individual, just the weapon that was used to shoot and kill him. So no weapons found by police on that suspect. But again, they are adamant, as you can see in that video, that he was trying to use force to carjack that family's vehicle. And at this point in time, it doesn't sound like any charges are going to be pursued against that father.
Got it. All right, David Sintendry, thank you.
of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such an extent that you bleach? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.